Okay, perfect. Then we start. Hey, everybody, and welcome to this session. My name is Martin, and I'm an aviator for, since 1 month about. So absolutely new here, but I'm very much looking forward to learn from you guys and hopefully give something of my knowledge and my experience back to you. With this said, today I want to talk about health, fitness, and nutrition, and how we can use it to improve our trading performance. Wouldn't that be something? And I know, talking nutrition is basically like talking religions, right? Or what's the best football club? But just bear with me. My goal today is to raise your awareness and of these important topics, and to give you an insight of how we can improve our quality of life and the trading, of course. So, when we look at our goals, there are always reasons why we want to achieve them. There should be a why, at least. For example, why do you trade? Why do you want to trade? I think everybody has their own reasons for it. For example, independency, freedom, or spending more time with their kids, with their family, escape the rat race. And when there is a big why, it is very likely that we take on a journey to get to our goal. Simple, right? Same with other goals. For example, health. Why should we focus on our health? I mean, it's pretty obvious. There are thousands of benefits, like improving our quality of life, like I said, or spending time with our kids, or having a good sleep, or just enjoying life, avoiding doctors or hospital. That would be something, right? Aging gracefully, or for trading, feeling full awake and full focused. Yeah. But still, health, like trading, it's not that easy to reach or to master, so to speak, right? And I see this in my job every time. So let me just very quickly introduce myself. I'm living in Vienna, Austria. Originally, I'm from Germany, and I have quite a long background with sports. I was always fascinated by the human body and what you can do with it. And since I can think, I was always fascinated by sports and trying out all kind of sports. And I was in many clubs, and simply enjoying being active. And I'm still today. So I finished my high school diploma at an elite sports school. At the time, I was a squad athlete in sport shooting. After that, I joined the Navy, the German Navy, for 8 years, and continued my education and take some classes, some courses in sports. And then I decided after that to follow my passion and study sports science. I happened to study at the German Sport University in Cologne, which is very nice because it's the best address, or one of the best addresses in Europe when it comes to sports science. While that, I also made my certificate program for personal training and started working as a personal trainer, and later then as a self-employed personal health coach as well. And after that, I decided, okay, I wanna do a master's degree, and because I was also interested in nutrition, and I had some education there too before, and I knew sports and nutrition, this goes hand in hand. Yeah. And then the year 2024, 24 came, and I decided to look in finance, because I never did this before, and I also knew this could be an important topic, right? So I started there looking in investing. Then I looked into trading because it always comes up. Came up, and then I started with some YouTubers. You may know some of them. Humble Trader, for example, was the first one I came across and watched very many videos actually. And then BBT, which ultimately brought me to Avi. And so I'm here. Okay, back to the topic. To dive into the topic, I brought some famous athletes and high performers because it's always good to look at the extremes to make things easy to understand, right? So how do we use nutrition to get, do they use nutrition to get to their goals, and what this means to us traders? The first one, I'm pretty sure everyone or many of you will know him. I think it's the most decorated Olympian there is, Michael Phelps, the US American swimmer. And I brought him up because for his prep for the Olympic Games in 2012 in London, he ate up to an incredible amount of energy, 12K calories per day. That's absolutely crazy, because when you compare it to you and me and an average person, we need about 2.5 K energy on a daily basis. So this is pretty much. So you can think, oh, his training must be very, very long and heavy. And of course, so it was. So what's this message here? Food gives us fuel. We need food to get energy in, right? Basically, every single cell in our body needs energy. So we need it for breathing, heart beating, movement, obvious. Also digestion or body temperature. Everything costs energy. Nothing is for free. The next athlete, Cristiano Ronaldo, I'm pretty sure this is also one that is very famous and known by nearly anyone. The world's famous soccer or football player. And what does he do? Focused on unprocessed food. He's very picky with it. He has his own chefs around him, of course. He's looking for high quality and rich protein food. So why I brought him up? This is the next thing, or the second thing when we think about nutrition. We need nutrients. And nutrients we can divide in two groups. I don't want to go too much into detail, but you can divide it in macro and micronutrients. So basically macro means protein, fat, carbohydrates. I think everyone, or the most, heard about these. And micronutrients, then we're talking about vitamins and minerals. So we also need it, like the energy, for staying alive or being active, for an active metabolism, for health, for muscles, for brain function, for many, many things. And the first thing, the energy part, isn't that problem. When we look around, energy, hopefully for the most of us, is no problem. We get food from everywhere. But nutrients, this is another thing. I see this very much in my coaching. There's mostly always nearly room for improvement. So sometimes it's also the reason for the unhealthiness of my clients. So still today, in my opinion, criminally underestimated topic. So it's very important to keep this in mind. So nutrition and energy. Okay. The next high performer. Maybe you heard of him too. Magnus Carlsen, Norwegian chess player, multiple world champion in chess, dominated the sports over the past years. And what does he focus on? Also, clean diet. And this is important. This is very interesting for us traders. Avoids sugar during tournaments because he want to have a stable energy level. Yeah? So regular food and water intake is also very important for him, or the others, of course, too. And this is interesting because obviously he's a non-physical athlete, but in a very high cognitive sport, because when you think of tournaments in chess, they go on for hours. And he needs to stay sharp and focused. And that's what we also can get out of our nutrition. It can give us stability. So my favorite interview of him is when he was asked in some YouTube channel, what's his favorite drink, and he just goes like water and make this gesture, which is very funny to me. Maybe because I'm a sports scientist and know we consist of 60 to 70% water, and it's pretty obvious that we should get it in also, and maybe in the purest form. And if you can remember the press conference from Cristiano Ronaldo, where he puts the sugary Coke to the side and gets the water into the front and says aqua, this also makes the point very clear, you know, what we focus on when it comes to drinking to get our fluids in. And when you think about why Carlsen is avoiding sugar during tournaments, I said we want to have stable energy levels, and this is really important. I come back to this topic later. Simply because if you think of any decision you need to make while you're extremely full or almost starving, this is no bueno, right? Can't make good decisions out of that. So the bottom line is we need stability in case of energy, nutrients, and fluid supply. And this is true for every human being when we want to push performance. And like I said, physical or non-physical, doesn't matter. And I have one more. This is a trader. I'm pretty sure you know him too. Tom Hogarth, Trader Tom, and he also adds to this, because he also says very often in interviews and seminars, even in his books, he writes nutrition, movement, and rest. So this is another thing. Sleep, rest, active breaks is very important for him, for his health, and to be a very, very, very successful trader. So there we have it. And he's also in a non-physical sport, so to say. But he also tells us focus on nutrition and on sport. Same with Avi. He also told us in many videos and seminars that he's done these things also, that he changed his lifestyle and worked more on his fitness and health. And this is actually why I'm sitting here, because we talked it out. And he said that this also improved his quality of life and his training performance, because it helped him also to clear his mind. Sadly, he is not here today. So, I would have asked him if he can share something later, but I think he will do that in the next sessions anyway. And one more thing, I'm absolutely sorry for bringing up only men here and not women, and there are mainly two reasons for it. First one, you can find much more data, much more information from men instead of women, and in science we call that gender data gap, and it's a shame. And the second thing, I just want to ensure that most likely everyone heard of these athletes or performer I brought up. But of course, I could have also used Lindsey Vonn, for example, or Serena Williams, especially when women gave birth and coming back and winning again. I mean, this is crazy, right? Okay, so why do Carlsen and Hogarth, you and I, have to move? Overall, we know sports is essential for maintaining physical health, improving our mental well-being, developing crucial life skills. And regular activity can also use to work active against some diseases like diabetes, heart diseases. It strengthens our muscles, our bones, improves sleep, reduces anxiety, and boosts confidence. And Also fosters teamwork, resilience, and social skills. So we know it's important. But in this topic I brought up, it's very new in science. This is, so to speak, additional, or explains a bit the reason why it's important. And I'm talk about very shortly about Exerkines. And it comes from exercise and kinds, so it has to do with movement. So it's a collective term for hormone-like molecules, bioactive molecules that can be proteins, peptides, messenger RNA that get released from our body when we do physical activity. And this is absolutely fascinating. Yeah? This was also the topic of my master thesis, and I'm sure, pretty sure, we will hear more and more about these molecules in the future. And what do? They get released from the body, like I said. First, they found out from muscles, but it also gets released from our heart, from our bones, even from our fat tissue. Absolutely incredible. Like on the pictures, when you think about it, when you move, and it doesn't matter in first place if it's cardio or some strength training or a team sport. They get released and flow to your body and doing positive things. I think this is a nice picture, right? And this tells us also, like I said before, humans, we are designed to move. But again, we as humans and traders, we need to move on a daily basis when we speak about health and performance. So what should we do now? What's really important to improve our health, our fitness, and trading performance, of course. So how do we do it? Now I have 3 slides from about health, nutrition, and fitness in an 80-20 manner, to share what's really important here. And again, this is important when we talk about health and performance. If you just want to survive, you can basically do what you want. Okay, so the first thing in nutrition is timing. I would recommend to eat regular over the day. So for example, 3 to 4 meals, at least the classic ones like breakfast, lunch, dinner, and avoid longer fasting periods. Think of Magnus Carlsen. We want to have a stable energy level, and don't and this is important for us traders because we want to have focus over hours, right? Balanced nutrition. Each meal contains of macro and micronutrients. I said that before. When you think about Ronaldo, it's very important for him, for us. And like you can see on the picture, it's absolutely okay when you just have one source and can check it up. And it doesn't even have to be this fancy platter here. It can be a sandwich or some snacks. As long as you can tick off the sources, you're good to go in first place. Like I said, 80-20. So the next one is focus on real food. Everyone knows this. We have much processed food we can choose from, and when we look in the supermarkets, and it's pretty obvious that and well known that we should avoid these things as much as we can and eat clean, so to speak. Yeah. Also, like I brought up with Cristiano Ronaldo, and drinking. Also with Carlsen and Ronaldo, we need water. Of course, you can drink other things, but focus on the water, get it in, and also like with a stable energy, we need it not only 1, 2, 3 times a day. We need it permanent. So divide it into smaller portions and throughout the day, just get it in. Fitness. What's important there? Our daily movement. The NEAT stands for non-energy activity thermogenesis. So that this means our daily movement. So when we are sitting in front of our desk, in front of our monitor, looking at the charts all the time for hours, or in our daily job, stand up, take a stretch, take the stairs when you're outside. Just simply go for a walk, clean your house, just stay active. It's important when you think about the release of your organs, when you do something with movement and they float around your body. And the same with sports routine, because the daily movement isn't doing it for performance. So I would recommend do something that is fun for you, and this is very important. We all know this. It can be jogging, it can be going to the gym, doing strength training, it can be swimming, biking, team sport, hiking, whatever it is. Build a routine about it, but remember, it needs to be fun. We all don't know this. If it's not fun, we won't do it for long, and you know it. So I would recommend do it twice a week, because one time is no time. For some minutes, start there. Doesn't have to be huge, just regular. And health, what can we do there? We need to have time for us. Our brain needs active breaks. So meditate, read a book, go out in nature, enjoying the time with your family, go on vacations, everything that makes you happy and gets you in another state of mind and clears your mind. Especially in this time, this is a very important topic because of the increasing mental disease rate we have, like depression or burnout. But also, nutrition and movement matters there too. And of course, sleep. Absolutely underrated. It's a power tool for us. It recharges us to help. And for having a good sleep routine, it's important that we have kind of fixed times when we go to bed, when we stay up, and get some hours of very good sleep in. So ideally, something between 6 to 9 hours. And the best tip here is when you're feeling tired during the day. This is a warning signal. So you should do something with your or work on your sleep routine, or maybe do a nap in between to get some more rest in, because like I said, it's also absolutely very important. All this said, the most important factor here is consistency. It's like in trading. You show up every day, take only trades according to your trade book. You're very precise with your entries, with your exits. And the same goes for health or everything that comes with it. So consistency is really the secret. And what I've also seen for years with my clients, those succeed who established routines and stuck to them. And those who do very little, but look at the scale all the time when it comes to losing weight, they won't succeed. And in training, it's the same. You don't have to look at your P&L all the time as well. What matters is execution and the risk management. And the P&L will follow naturally. So in order to be healthier and become a better trader or improve your trading, I would recommend to everybody, work on your personal health routines if you don't have them already. Try it out and feel the difference. And one final tip, and in all honesty, this is the best tip of all. And by that, I really mean it. And it's a slogan from a well-known company. Just do it. Because no matter what we do, we can read about trading, for example, we can watch videos, we can write about it. If we don't actually do it, put in the screen time and learn from our mistakes, we won't get anywhere. So thank you so much for your attention. And if you're interested, I'm sure we can make a follow-up session for of some of these or other related topics. And for now, I'm happy to answer your questions if you have some. Thank you. Any questions so far? Well, good.
Hey, good morning.
Thanks. Okay.
Hey, Martin, can you hear me?
Yes, I hear you.
So if someone has issues with overall health, not health per se, but just a bit overweight, sluggish, not moving a lot, not working out, not eating healthy, not sleeping well, might be in a bit of a depression because of his performance, in the markets. Like, what would you suggest is the bare minimum he should start with? Like, what would give him that 80%? Like, if you look at 80/20, what would he do the minimum that would jumpstart the process for him?
Yeah. And by that, you mean in an active way, or do you want to know about nutrition? So,
well, that's the thing. So, for
that's
example,
the thing. Okay.
Like in general, if the person is overall not feeling well mentally, and also like not physically feeling well, like where would you tell them to start?
Yeah, that's a very good question. And it's kind of difficult to tell the person to start with nutrition or some movement, because both have very, very, very benefits, like I showed. But I'm personally would start with nutrition, because it's so important for us, and we can improve so much from there. And by the active part, by doing some movements, I would just recommend going for a walk, but regularly. But so don't think of you need to go for a gym at least half an hour, or do some cardio for your heart. Yeah, that's fine, and that can come, but first incorporate some movements. And at first, of course, when this would be my client, I had many questions. What does your daily life look like? And then I would say, what do you think? What can you do? What can you incorporate there? I hope that helps.
Yeah, thank you.
Hey, good morning. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Hey, Zach.
Hi, Martin. Great presentation, first of all.
Thank you.
Thank you for doing it. I missed the first 10 minutes, so I apologize if you discussed this already.
Yeah.
But
no worries.
I trade in Canada, so we're Eastern time. The market's open at 9:30 a.m. for me, same as market time. I was wondering if you have a suggested morning routine you could give us for how to get our brains to the most optimal level early in the morning.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely good question. And I think that depends on every person. Simply when I think of me or my girlfriend to get some private here, because I get up and I need some time. I can't eat. I don't want to get in coffee, and with my girlfriend it's the other way around. She's there, and she could trade. I couldn't. So this is important to keep in mind. But what can you do? Listen into your body. If going out in nature for a short walk, maybe get some fresh air, get some movement in. This could help a lot. I wouldn't start with caffeine right away, but that's me. I would let the body awake. Yeah, it's difficult to answer it because it's you can do many things. I would say some fresh air and some movement will help the most.
Okay, excellent. Thank you.
Welcome.
I have another question if nobody else does.
Yeah, sure.
You said in one of the slides it said that you should eat like 3-4 times a day and no long fasting periods. And I actually eat twice a day, and I don't eat until about 12 o'clock. And the question is, first of all, do you think it's beneficial for my performance to eat a breakfast like before I start trading? Like, would that give me like a mental boost? Because like I remember from my childhood, when my mom would give me like sweet tea, before going to school, and she would tell me, "Oh, your brain needs, nutrition." So,
Yeah.
like, do I need to eat in the morning to have that performance boost, or is it not necessary? Because I'm not really hungry in the morning. I usually just have coffee, and I'm good to go.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for that question. Absolutely. If you are fine with eating 2 times a day, and you don't feel any downs or decreasing focus while you are trading, it's fine. No one said you need to do a breakfast. I would recommend, in case of performance and health, to at least incorporate 3 meals over the day. If it isn't the breakfast, maybe you eat later. But I would need to or know more about you and what you are doing. But from this perspective, I would say try it out, because your mom is actually right. Our brain needs sugar. That's why the sweet tea comes in handy. But that doesn't mean that everyone has to incorporate sweet tea now in their breakfast or in their morning routines. No. But we get the sugar or the carbohydrates with our first meal. That's the message, and it don't have to be a huge one. And maybe what's also interesting for you, many of my clients that having problems with weight and health, most of them also not aren't having a breakfast routine, and I would recommend it. And most of them say, okay, I try it out, and they feel the difference, because, like I said, like with Magnus Carlsen, we need a stable energy level, and especially when we want to get healthy or lose weight, because it's always the point. What do you hear when you want to lose weight? To eat less, right? But that's the wrong approach, because don't want to go into detail, but we also, no matter what, if we want to gain weight or lose weight, we need regular food, because every cell in our body needs it every time, and not just, oh, it's such and such o'clock, my liver now needs this and that. We are constantly or every cell is breaking up, breaking down, gets killed on purpose or over time, and therefore we need energy and nutrients, and that's all the time. Why we sleep, why we trade, while we do nothing, while we are on vacation. So when you think of the hours you are awake, this is why it's a good idea to give the energy and the nutrients over the day in smaller portions instead of one big thing, because then we won't get in all if we just eat one or two, like in your case. So it makes life easier, because when you think of you and the two meals, the meals has been very thought out, that you get in all the nutrients, and energy isn't that problem in most cases, but like I said, the nutrients. Yeah. So I would recommend try it out, a little breakfast-ish meal, and yeah, make the experience if it's good for you. But if you'd never done this, it will be, yeah, not that easy to incorporate. But of all I said, it's probably very worth it.
Thank you, Mark.
Yeah, welcome. So I see a question in the chat. What is your take on eating high protein diet in the morning? I heard that it's important for intense mental activity. Yeah, absolutely. Protein overall is very important for us. Not only in the morning, I would recommend it over the whole day. Think of the platter I showed with every source. And this is important because we need proteins multiple times a day, not only when we think of building muscle or something, because like I said, every cell needs everything at any time. So it's good to have it in all regular meals, so that every time we eat, we know, oh, I get everything in, everything of the macro and micronutrients, and I'm good. And if I don't do this, then I need to, I don't know, track my meals or remind me, oh, I need to get in this and this, and did I forget about this? I don't know. So make it 80-20. Go to the, well, think about the macronutrients, tick them off. Okay, I get at least one source in, because we don't want to get in calorie counting or whatever it is. We have all better things to do than calculate this too. So yeah, high protein or protein at all is very important for us, because it's the most important of these macronutrients, because we don't have what's it called in Nina Speicher in.
You mean that protein is not stored in the muscle, or is stored in the muscle? Or
Yeah,
we
don't have a storage. That's for protein. That's what I meant. So fat, we have a fat tissue. It's not a problem. We can use that. We also have glucose in our muscles. We can use that, but we don't have a protein storage, and that's the point. So we need also to put it in regular, not only in the morning.
So are you saying if I eat a lot of meat during the day and less carbs, I won't gain weight?
Good question. If you eat enough calorie-wise, so energy and nutrients, remember, you will gain weight. So doesn't matter if it's from, I don't know, from protein sources, from carbohydrates, from fat sources. That's purely an energy thing. If you take in enough energy or more than you use, the body will store it, because that's what he does. What he does, and nothing gets lost, and we gain weight. It's very simple. And from protein, like I said, it's a very, very important source for us. every cell needs it, and we need it multiple times over the day. So instead of eating a very, very, very protein-rich food, I would divide it into 3 smaller portions and eat it over the day. I hope that answered your question.
Yep. I'm good. Thanks.
Okay, fine. Okay, I think we are done with the Q&A, or aren't we? But if you have any questions, just really feel free to ask me.
Seems we are good, right? Sheila, are you still recording?
I think he's not there. He just started the
Oh,
presentation.
yeah.
Yeah, I think we.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, perfect. Yeah. Yeah. Like I said, thank you so much for your attention.